Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Today we're going to do pytest, and we're going to do pytest with the help of test-driven development. So as you can see, I've created two files: string manipulator.py and test string manipulator.py. Now the intention is to use it in a way that we can also learn test-driven development. Just want to give full disclosure. We are starting with this website, pytestwitheric.com. This guy gave a very simple understanding of how we can use test-driven development. So we'll be following that in this, and I'll share the link in the description as well. Okay, so just to start, the concept is called test-driven development, and we call it red-green refactor approach. What it means is that we write the test, we make sure it fails, and then we write the code. We write the minimum amount of code to get it pass, and then we write more tests to see what else we can add. Okay, the scenario is, or the question is, I want to build a string manipulator with the following requirements: convert to lowercase and then remove a defined pattern from the string. First of all, you need to get pytest set up, which I already did. So you can see I have pytest. There's nothing running, so everything is black. So let's get this. So I want to start by borrowing this file, which or you can see Copilot is already understanding what I'm trying to do, which is great. But using Copilot is always not the best. Now it's giving this. Now we'll just follow the same pattern which the uh, website follows. Convert lower case. So I just want to do that, and let's call it string manipulator. Let's see what this does. So it's trying to assert sum dot lowercase hello equals to hello, and that is also what we want to do. So I'll give um, Copilot that. Go ahead. Now I have this. Now let me run this test. It fails because we cannot import name because there is no string manipulator class. Great, that's good to know. And that is what is we expect. Now, just for that, for time being, we will create a string manipulator. Now, I don't want all this right now. Let's forget about it, and I'll just give pass so that we know that there is a class. Now, when we run this pytest, it should fail with a different error, which it does. As you can see that it has no attribute convert lowercase. So we are looking for convert lowercase, but it doesn't exist, which is also good. Um, Now in order to do that, let's create that function. So def convert lowercase, and I don't want this right now. All I want is a simple function which does nothing. No attributes, no arguments, no body. If I run this, it now talks about arguments. It's good. It is still good. Now let's give an argument. So let me just give str a string, right? Or is it str? Sorry, it's str. Now if I run it again, let's use it. Now we got this, but there's nothing happening in there, as you can see, which is fine. So now let's return str.lower. So this lower function will do what we are expecting with lowercase. So let's run this again. Passed. Excellent. So we have a pass case. Now, how do we proceed with this? Now, as you can see that we have only one single test case which just converts hello to hello. Now, if you look at the very basic level, it makes sense. But now we all know that there are always edge cases, different scenarios, and everything. So, what else can I add here which will make sure that my code is foolproof? Right now, my code is not foolproof, probably. How? Let's add a scenario for that. Now, let's see. So, I want to test convert lowercase, right? Now, instead of test lowercase, Uh, I want to test input number. What if I give input number, right? So instead of this, let me give result equals to lowercase 1 to 3. And then I want to assert instead of this, it will become result equals to, well, Copilot thinks it will be this, but we can give it as invalid input. We do not want 1 to 3 as a part of the input. Now, if I run this again, this should fail because we have written no code to handle that. And that is what is expected, which is great. Now, if we want to handle this, how do we handle that? So before we return this, we want to check if it is not an instance. So if it is not a part of string, then I return invalid input. Why is it giving an error? String literal is undetermined. Let's see what it means here. What is wrong with it? Why do you inside this bracket? Oh, there was a under double quotes missing. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm a little confused. So it should be invalid input. What's happening here? If not this instance, is it going to be? Yeah, it should be the same thing. Oh, let me change this using given string. So that doesn't get confused programming. Oh, okay. So that was a problem. I think the str became a keyword and it could not use it. Fantastic. So that's another thing which we have done. And now let's add one more scenario. What if it was a Boolean value we are sending, right? So let's see how good Copilot does this. Um, Input Boolean. Invalid input. It takes the same thing. Now this should still work in the same way. Oh, fantastic. So that's good. Now what else can we do? Now there can be a scenario where there's nothing there. So it's empty. So let's write a test for it. Input empty. And this is something I'm just writing. I'm not good at grammar. The result gives back empty. So does that make sense? It may be. It's up to us to define that. So it can be this. So in that case, if we just run this, it should still continue giving that. Or we can give something else saying that if you don't want the emission, then please input cannot be empty, right? Now, so now that we decided to change this, and if we run this, it will fail because it's right now getting invalid input or anything like that. So in order to handle that, what do we do? If not given string, we change it to not be empty. Oh, Copilot is smart. Let's see. Fantastic. And that kind of gives us a very basic understanding of a simple PyTest environment. All right, and that ends this lesson.